Have you noticed that twinge in your knees after your healthy workout? I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, physical therapist with over 30 years helping seniors, and I've got news that might surprise you. Those popular exercises you're doing to stay fit? Some are actually destroying your knees. What's truly concerning isn't just the pain, it's what's happening beneath the surface. Every deep squat and high-impact jump is potentially fast-tracking you toward knee replacement surgery. Yes, it's that serious. I've seen too many active seniors suddenly unable to climb stairs or play with grandchildren because they followed well-intentioned but harmful exercise advice. The truth is, after 60, your knees need protection, not punishment. Today, I'll reveal 6 exercises you should stop immediately and what to do instead to maintain your independence for years to come. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your city in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for more joint-saving tips. Let's start with the most surprising exercise that's silently damaging your knees every time you lace up your sneakers. 1. Running on hard surfaces, the silent joint destroyer. Running seems like the perfect exercise, doesn't it? It's free, convenient, and gives you that wonderful feeling of accomplishment. That's why Barbara, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Boston, made running part of her daily routine. "I thought I was doing everything right," Barbara told me during her first appointment. "My heart felt strong, my weight was stable, but my knees, they started screaming at me." What Barbara didn't realize is that running on hard surfaces delivers a shocking amount of force through your knees. With every step, your joints absorb impact that's 3 to 5 times your body weight. If you weigh 160 pounds, that's 800 pounds of force hammering your knees with each stride. When you were younger, your knees had thick, springy cartilage that could absorb this pounding. But after 60, those shock absorbers have thinned significantly. The protective fluid that lubricates your joints has decreased. The result? Those 800 pounds of force start grinding bone against bone. The warning signs start subtly. Maybe your knees feel stiff in the morning. Perhaps you notice a dull ache after your run. You might hear clicking when climbing stairs. These aren't just normal signs of aging. They're distress signals from damaged joints. Barbara ignored these warnings until a sharp pain shot through her knee mid-run. An MRI revealed significant meniscus damage and early osteoarthritis. But here's the good news. You can protect your knees while still enjoying effective cardio. Barbara now walks on soft surfaces like grass or cushioned tracks. She's added swimming twice weekly and uses the elliptical on rainy days. "I'm actually more fit now than when I was running," Barbara says with a smile. "And I can still keep up with my grandkids, something I couldn't do when my knees were in constant pain." I wonder, are you still doing the next exercise on our danger list? It's one that fitness instructors often recommend, but for seniors, it's like taking a sledgehammer to your knees. 2. Deep squats, your knee's worst enemy. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. That's what William's personal trainer kept telling him. At 72, the former high school coach from Chicago was determined to stay strong. Deep squats were the cornerstone of his workout. "I pushed through the pain," William told me, wincing as he eased into my office chair. "I thought that's what I was supposed to do." What William's trainer never explained is that deep squats create extraordinary pressure within the knee joint. When you squat below parallel, your knees experience compression forces exceeding 700 pounds. That's like placing a small piano on your fragile knee cartilage. During a deep squat, your kneecap gets forced hard against your thigh bone, grinding the softened cartilage between them. The meniscus gets pinched and compressed. Your ligaments stretch to their limits, becoming vulnerable to tears. For someone in their 30s with healthy joints, the body might manage this stress. But for seniors, it's a recipe for accelerated joint deterioration. The warning signs are clear: pain at the front of the knee, swelling after workouts, grinding sensations, difficulty getting up from chairs. William experienced all of these until one day his knee buckled completely while carrying groceries. The orthopedist showed me my MRI, William recalled. He said my meniscus looked like shredded wheat. Years of deep squats had basically sandpapered away my cartilage. Fortunately, there are safer alternatives. William now does chair squats, lowering himself only until his thighs are parallel to the floor. He uses wall slides for support and control. He's added seated leg extensions with light resistance and standing hamstring curls. "I'm stronger now than I was doing those deep squats," William says proudly, "and I can play with my grandkids without paying for it the next day." Now let me tell you about another popular exercise that might be exciting but is sending shockwaves through your knee joints. 3. High-impact jumping exercises. Shockwaves through your knees. Susan lights up when she talks about her dance aerobics class. At 65, the former dancer from Denver still loves the rhythm and energy of a good workout. "The jumping jacks, burpees, and box jumps make me feel young again," she told me during her first visit. "But the day after, my knees tell a different story." What Susan didn't realize is that every jump was sending destructive shockwaves through her aging knee joints. When you perform jumping exercises after 60, your landing impact forces can reach 7 times your body weight. For someone weighing 150 pounds, that's over 1,000 pounds of force crashing through knees that no longer have their youthful resilience. Think of your knee joints as shock absorbers that have been working overtime for 6 decades. The cartilage has thinned, joint fluid has decreased, and supporting muscles aren't as quick to stabilize during sudden movements. It's like driving an old car with worn-out shocks over a pothole. Every jolt causes more damage to an already vulnerable system. The warning signs of jump-related knee damage often appear as sharp pain during activity, swelling afterward, instability when changing direction, or aching that wakes you at night. Susan experienced all these warnings but continued jumping, believing it was keeping her young. The final straw came during a simple morning routine, Susan recalls. "I was just stepping out of bed when my knee buckled completely. The orthopedist explained that my repeated jumping had torn my meniscus. It wasn't one big jump that did it. It was the cumulative effect of thousands of smaller impacts." Fortunately, Susan discovered effective alternatives that maintain cardiovascular fitness without the damaging impacts. She now enjoys water aerobics, where buoyancy eliminates impact while providing resistance. She's discovered seated cardio drumming, which delivers an energetic upper body workout without knee stress. And she incorporates stationary cycling, which allows her to push her cardiovascular system while moving her knees through a controlled range of motion. "I'm actually more fit now than when I was jumping," Susan says. "And the best part? No pain, no swelling, and I sleep through the night." Now, let's talk about another seemingly innocent exercise that might be quietly crushing your knees every time you visit the gym. 4. Leg press machine with heavy weights, the cartilage crusher. Robert was proud of the numbers he could put up on the leg press machine. At 70, the retired football player from Philadelphia boasted about pressing 300 pounds. "The younger guys at the gym couldn't believe it," he told me, grimacing as he adjusted his position in my office. Then one day, something inside my knee just gave way. The leg press machine seems perfect for seniors, doesn't it? You're seated with back support, the movement is controlled, and there's no balance required. But this perceived safety creates a dangerous illusion, leading many seniors to push far heavier weights than their aging knees can handle. What makes the leg press particularly treacherous is the physics involved. When you push that weighted platform, your knees bear more force than the number on the weight plates suggests. Due to the machine's angle and leverage, a 200-pound leg press might actually place over 400 pounds of compression force directly through your knee joints. As you bend your knees under that heavy load, the thigh bone compresses against the shin bone, squeezing the meniscus and cartilage between them. The pressure forces out lubricating fluid that normally reduces friction. Without adequate lubrication, each repetition creates microscopic damage to these tissues. For younger individuals, the body might repair this damage. But after 60, your natural repair mechanisms slow significantly. The result? Progressive deterioration that worsens until something finally tears. The warning signs include aching that lingers for days after your workout, difficulty with stairs, especially going down, grinding in the joint, or increased stiffness after sitting. Robert ignored these signals, focusing instead on impressing others with how much weight he could press. "The orthopedist showed me the MRI," Robert said, shaking his head. "2 torn menisci and arthritis so bad he could see bone spurs forming. He said my knees looked 20 years older than the rest of me." Robert now uses resistance bands for leg exercises, which create tension without the joint-crushing pressure of heavy weights. He performs wall slides and has discovered that bodyweight exercises like mini squats provide ample resistance for maintaining functional strength. Speaking of dangerous exercises, the next one on our list might surprise you. It's commonly recommended for balance and leg strength, but for seniors, it might be setting you up for a serious knee injury. 5. Lunges, the ligament destroyer. "My yoga instructor said lunges would improve my balance," Margaret told me, her voice tinged with regret. At 68, this retired yoga teacher from Portland prided herself on staying active and flexible. "Nobody warned me what they'd do to my knees." Lunges seem like a perfect functional exercise, don't they? They mimic everyday movements, require no equipment, and can be done anywhere. That's precisely what makes them so deceptive for seniors. They appear harmless while silently stressing your knee ligaments beyond their aging capacity. Here's what happens when you perform a lunge. Your front knee bends sharply while bearing most of your body weight. This creates intense pressure on the kneecap and surrounding structures. Meanwhile, your back knee stretches uncomfortably, placing strain on ligaments that have become less elastic with age. Each repetition forces your knees into positions they're no longer equipped to handle. For Margaret, the damage accumulated gradually. First, I noticed a strange pulling sensation in my knee during lunges. Then came the stiffness afterward. Eventually, I felt this odd instability, like my knee might buckle at any moment. These warning signs are critical to recognize: discomfort while performing the exercise, lingering pain hours later, a sensation of weakness or giving way when walking, difficulty with stairs, or swelling around the joint. Your body is trying to tell you something important. Listen before permanent damage occurs. Margaret didn't, continuing her lunge routine until one morning when her knee gave way completely during a simple turn in her kitchen. The diagnosis? A partially torn ACL and damaged meniscus. 6 months of rehabilitation followed, along with a painful lesson in respecting her body's limits. Thankfully, there are safer alternatives that provide the same benefits without the risks. Margaret now practices supported split squats, keeping her front foot flat and back knee slightly bent. She strengthens her leg muscles with seated resistance band work and improves balance through heel-toe walking exercises. "I'm more mindful now," Margaret reflects. "I've learned that challenging my body doesn't mean punishing it." Have you experienced knee discomfort with lunges? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else avoid injury. Now let's talk about something many of us do multiple times daily without realizing the cumulative damage it could be causing to our aging knees. Sipu. 6. Climbing stairs with heavy loads, the daily danger. I never thought carrying groceries upstairs could land me in physical therapy, James told me with a rueful smile. At 74, this retired architect from Philadelphia had always prided himself on his independence. 2 bags in each hand, 3 flights up. I did it for years without thinking twice. It's one of those daily activities we rarely question. Climbing stairs while carrying packages, laundry baskets, or shopping bags. Yet, for seniors, this common combination can place extraordinary stress on already vulnerable knees. When you climb stairs normally, each step forces your knee to bear 3 to 4 times your body weight. Add a heavy load in your arms, and that pressure increases dramatically. The physics are simple but devastating. Extra weight in your hands means extra pressure on your knees, often exceeding what your aging joint structures can safely handle. The mechanics of stair climbing create a perfect storm for knee damage. Your knee bends significantly with each step, while simultaneously bearing intense weight. The cartilage compresses, the quadriceps muscle pulls on the kneecap, and the entire joint experiences shearing forces that can gradually wear away protective tissues. For James, the warning signs had been present for months: increasing discomfort while climbing, a sensation of grating or catching in the knee, pain that lingered hours after reaching his apartment, and occasional sharp twinges when pivoting at the top of the stairs. He dismissed these as just getting older until the day his knee seized entirely, leaving him stranded between floors. The orthopedist showed me exactly what had happened, James explained. Years of climbing with heavy loads had worn away the cartilage on one side of my knee. It was bone on bone in spots, all from something I thought was keeping me fit. If stairs are unavoidable in your daily life, there are strategies to protect your knees. James now makes multiple trips with lighter loads. He uses a backpack to distribute weight evenly. He's learned to step up with his stronger leg first, and he installed handrails to reduce pressure on his knees. It's not about avoiding stairs completely, James says. It's about climbing them intelligently. Small changes have made a world of difference. Do you regularly climb stairs carrying heavy items? Your knees might be sending warning signals you haven't recognized yet. Pay attention to how they feel afterward. They're trying to tell you something important. Now that we've covered these 6 knee-destroying exercises, let's talk about how to build a comprehensive plan that keeps you strong, mobile, and pain-free for years to come. 7. Comprehensive solutions. Smart exercise for healthy knees. Now that you know what to avoid, let's focus on what you should be doing to keep your knees healthy and strong. I've helped thousands of seniors maintain their mobility and independence by following these principles. First, embrace water-based exercises. Swimming and water walking provide excellent cardiovascular benefits, while the buoyancy of water removes up to 90% of weight-bearing stress from your joints. Many of my patients who can't walk comfortably on land can exercise pain-free in water. Second, incorporate gentle strength training focused on the muscles surrounding your knees. Strong quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes provide crucial support for your knee joints. Try seated leg extensions with light resistance, standing leg curls while holding onto a chair, and gentle bridges while lying on your back. Third, maintain flexibility through appropriate stretching. Tight muscles pull on your knee joint, increasing stress and reducing mobility. Simple seated hamstring stretches, gentle quad stretches while holding a chair for support, and calf stretches against a wall can make a remarkable difference. Fourth, remember that nutrition plays a vital role in joint health. Anti-inflammatory foods like fatty fish, colorful vegetables, nuts, and berries help manage joint inflammation. Maintaining appropriate weight is equally important. Every pound lost removes 4 pounds of pressure from your knees. Finally, consider working with a physical therapist to develop a personalized exercise plan. Every body is different, and expert guidance ensures you're moving in ways that strengthen without damaging your unique joint structures. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid movement, it's to move intelligently. Your knees have supported you for decades. Now it's time to return the favor by exercising in ways that protect and strengthen them for the journey ahead. I'd love to hear which of these tips you'll be incorporating into your routine. Drop a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going. Your knees are the foundation of your independence. Treat them with the respect they deserve. By avoiding these 6 damaging exercises and embracing safer alternatives, you're not just preventing pain, you're investing in years of mobility and freedom. Remember, staying active isn't about pushing through pain or impressing others with intensity. It's about moving intelligently so you can continue enjoying life's precious moments. Playing with grandchildren, traveling, gardening, dancing, whatever brings you joy. I'd love to hear your personal knee care journey. Which exercises have helped or hurt your knees? Share your experience in the comments below. Your wisdom might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear. Here's to healthy knees and vibrant living. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more joint-saving advice.